Yeah, welcome to once again OSI 2021, and it's been 10 years working with OSI. It's a very happy moment for all of us to come again and talk in this platform. Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. And today we are going to talk about building a data and storage ecosystem, especially a complete open source ecosystem for data and storage is what our vision is. So with me, Mr. Stephen Tan, he's our board chair, and myself, Sanil Kumar. So we'll just see what is Soda Foundation and how it started and things like that. So let's listen to the story of Soda. Stephen is in US and he's unable to join, so he sent a nice story about Soda. Let's listen to him. And I hope, let me share the audio.
Everybody the way to open data and storage and what we are doing at Soda Foundation to enable that. Stephen Tan, the chair of Soda Foundation and VP and CTO of Cloud Storage Solution at FutureWay. Introducing, giving a little background about what is Soda Foundation. So Soda Foundation is an open source project that's chartered under Linux Foundation. It focuses on open source data and storage management. And the foundation was launched back in June of last year. But the history of Soda Foundation is that prior to that, it was known as OpenSDS project. And with the project, the OpenSDS project itself was founded back in 2016, and with the growing community and growing interest and growing needs of the community, we did the transformation of the OpenSDS project to Soda Foundation, and that's why we relaunched it as a Soda Foundation. The mission of Soda Foundation, there are three of them. One is to foster an ecosystem of open source data and management software. The second is to provide a neutral forum whereby projects can come together to collaborate and integrate. And third is to provide quality end-to-end solutions for end users. The foundation itself is supported by the members that you see here. There are different categories of members. There are premier members, general members, and also supporters. And we also have the associate members tiers, whereby these are actually different organizations that may be open source or other consortiums or standards organizations. And also we have our partnerships with organizations like STIA, which is the Storage Networking Industry Association. Soda is actually governed by a governing board. The governing board oversees things like business decisions, budgets, and stuff. And the governing board is actually supported by different committees. And this the four committees that are supporting the governing board is first the Technical Oversight Committee, which actually which focuses on the technical directions and the strategy technologies for Soda. We have the End User Advisory Committee, which is actually quite an important committee to Soda, in the sense that these are representatives from different companies, different end user organizations, and they provide use cases and tests and feedback to the Soda Foundation projects. The Outreach Committee oversees evangelism, communications, outreach, and events. And finally we have the Alliance Committee that takes care of like collaboration, integration, and incubation of projects. Under the Outreach Committee, we have also got the various subcommittee or regional committees. And in India, we have actually got an India Outreach Committee there. And under all these different committees, there are ambassadors that we created an ambassador program whereby the ambassadors can provide the help to do the outreach to through blogs, through presentations and meetups and stuff like that. So these are the people that are in the leadership of the Soda Foundation, and you can see that they come from different organizations from around the world, and organizations, some of them are the global, the multinational companies and so on, and others are from startups. And as I mentioned, the end user advisory committee is important. So as you can see here, in the end user advisory committee, again, we have representatives from global MNCs and also smaller startups companies. So Soda Foundation is an end user driven foundation in the sense that a lot of the projects or our directions are actually based on the needs and requirements of our end users. So, and this that the reason end users join Soda Foundation is because Soda Foundation provides a platform for them to share their challenges and their pain points, and also allow them to interact and share their ideas and how to solve problems. So the ecosystem for Soda Foundation can be roughly segmented into these 5 categories. First is the end users. These are the different end users that adopts the projects of Soda Foundation, and also these are the companies that are seeking solutions to their problems. The developers, the developer community is very important to Soda. So Soda itself has a core project which is called the Open Data Framework, which I'll introduce later. And besides that, there are also a bunch of other projects that are part of the Soda Foundation and the external projects. So the developer community, and what they do is that they help to build all these projects and explore project integration. Vendors are important to the ecosystem of Soda Foundation in the sense that they are the ones that help to build or help to provide the core pieces of solutions, or help to build out the end-to-end solutions for end users. We also partner with organizations, again, like SNEAR, IEEE, Storage Performance Council, Linux Foundation, CNCF, and so on. So these are we partner with them in different ways to do standardization, co-marketing and stuff like that. On the academia side, we haven't done much with it, but we're hoping to do more of research internships with all this academia for the academia side. So this is a kind of like a snapshot of the last meetings that we had prior to COVID-19 happening. As you can see, all this happened in 2019. And it's a snapshot of the global community and the activities that we do around the world. And in India, 2019, that was the first time we had the event at the Open Source India in Bangalore. And certainly that was a great event. I was there. We had lots of great talks, and then lots of great interactions with the India community there. And certainly I'm hoping that next year we'll be able to go back to in-person kind of Open Source India this conference, and hopefully I'll be able to go there and then meet up with everyone. For Soda Foundation, some of the key things that we do, one of the key things that we did this year is actually the Data and Storage Trends Survey. This was done in partnership with the Linux Foundation research team, and we had a bunch of very, very good questions, and the responses that we got was actually better than we expected. And currently, we wrap up the survey actually just about 1 or 2 months ago, and what we've been doing with the research team is actually to come up with an in-depth report to provide insights into this survey. And this will be this data and storage trends report will be available next week. So do look out for it. If you are interested in this report, follow our LinkedIn, follow our Twitter, and we'll announce it next week when it's available. Okay, the Twitter link is down there at Soda Foundation if you want to follow it. So the other thing that we did this year is SodaCon Global. Last year we did a SodaCon, but that was more like a not really a global event. It was a 2-day event, but this is a 2-day global event whereby we had it happening in different regions like in North America, Europe, India, China, and Japan. This SodaCon this year was quite exceptional in the sense that to us the number of registrants exceeded 1,000, and then the attendees 700 plus, and we had like great speakers, over 85 speakers from all over the world, presenting, sharing their ideas on different topics on open source as well as some other data and storage technologies. And you can see all these are the different sponsors and event partners that we have. So we hope next year SodaCon will be a live event. We haven't really decided when it's going to be or where it's going to be, but do keep track of what's our newsletters or our Twitter and so on, and we will probably announce the event the beginning of next year. So this is the gallery of all our speakers for the SodaCon event. Next, what I want to introduce is the Open Data Framework. So this is a typical enterprise IT, which consists of individual technology stacks for file storage, development, containers, and backup, and so on. So these stacks rarely interconnect or share resources. So creating an environment that's full of silos that's difficult to monitor and control. And what makes the problem worse is that data normally spans across different data centers, different clouds, and also at the edge. So some of the challenges that this creates is that maybe obsolete data taking up valuable storage space, performance problems due to placing data in the wrong storage, protecting data across the different data centers and cloud and also at the edge, and also how do you ensure data compliance when data is spread out everywhere. So all this leads to operational inefficiencies and security risks. So how do we solve this problem? We created the Open Data Framework to provide a centralized view and control of the entire architecture. So the Open Data Framework connects storage to containers, to applications, to VMs, and so on. And this framework provides data and storage services like block, file, and object storage, backup and recovery services, security and compliance services, and so on. And the whole idea is to unify data management and storage with a single platform across the core, the cloud, and the edge. And this which will allow us to monitor and control everything easily. These are some of the use cases, and I'm taking the example of a connected car platform. For instance, for ODF, in this platform itself, is able to offer block, file, and object storage for the edge, for the data center and also for the cloud. And it enables things like snapshots from, you can take like snapshots from the tier 2 storage to the cloud. And also it can take care of like data lifecycle management by monitoring the age of data that sits on tier 1 storage. And if, let's say, it's been sitting there for like 3 months, we want to move it to tier 2 storage, and we can do that. And data that's been sitting in tier 2 storage after a year, you may want to archive it to cold storage. And so this is actually data lifecycle management that can be taken care of by the Open Data Framework. And there are other things like security and compliance, retention and archive, and also analytics and intelligence that can be enabled through this Open Data Framework. But the things that the Open Data Framework itself is not capable of everything. So there may be other pieces that needs to be connected to the framework to enable it to work. And I'll show you later on what the other projects that can be connected to the Open Data Framework to enable these different functionalities. This diagram shows what the Open Data Framework is about. The Open Data Framework Open Architecture provides an open API for integration with platforms and applications. And it offers the plugins, what we call SODA plugins, for seamless integration for things like OpenStack, for Kubernetes and VMware. And also the storage profiles offers policy-based kind of storage provisioning, data protection, lifecycle management, and other data management functions. Storage, any kind of storage can be connected to the data framework through the dock. And for the connectivity, we offers like Cinder, Manila interfaces, the continuous storage interface, Swordfish interface, and so on. For the multi-cloud controller piece, it actually enables through this framework, it enables access to all the different cloud services, all the AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Huawei Cloud, IBM Cloud, and so on. So what it does is that it creates a single kind of S3 interface that to access, for access to all these different clouds. So with the Open Data Framework, users can easily build end-to-end solutions with any storage, any platform, and for any cloud. So Open Data Framework, the APIs are based on the Swordfish standard. We leverage the standard so that we could accelerate development and also ensure that the Open Data Framework is compatible with or interoperable with the Swordfish ecosystem. The Open Data Framework consists of like different APIs. The storage API includes storage provisioning with policies for replications, snapshots, and so on. The multi-cloud API supports the major cloud services that I showed earlier, and also operations for things like data lifecycle management across the crops. The monitoring API enables performance monitoring with for IOPS, throughput, and other metrics. So with the API first kind of design, all the functions in the Open Data Framework are accessible and can be easily extended to support newer kind of features. As I mentioned, any kind of storage can be connected to the Open Data Framework through the dock, and we support the OpenStack Cinder and Manila interface, the container storage interface, and the Swordfish interface. And right now, the drivers that are supported includes all the Cinder and Manila drivers as well as the CSI drivers. So for the Open Data Framework, we've been releasing it on a quarterly basis since the launch of Soda Foundation. All the releases are named in alphabetical order, and they're named after islands from Faroe to the latest release is Kalpini in V1.5, and on you can see like for every release there are some key features and bug fixes, for the releases and so on. So next, I'm going to be introducing the Soda projects, which include the Soda incubated projects and the Soda Echo projects. The difference between the projects are that this incubated projects actually belongs to the Soda Foundation, whereas the Eco projects are either hosted by some organizations like CNCF or some other Linux Foundation organizations, or as well as some enterprises. So together, for these Soda projects, what we are looking for are collaboration, and then between our integration among all the different projects, building end-to-end solutions with the projects, and then helping them to be adopted by end users through POCs. So the first project I want to introduce is this distributed asynchronous object storage project. This is a project by Intel, and it's an open source project, object store designed from the ground up for massively distributed non-NVMe, non-volatile memory storage. The key feature of this project is high throughput IOPS, so it's meant for high performance kind of applications. Okay. YIG is a massively scalable object storage developed by China Unicom. This project is in production use at China Unicom, storing petabytes of data. And the key idea behind this project is to resolve the problem of like Ceph scaling or the scalability of Ceph clusters. So what's cool about this YIG project is that instead of like scaling by adding more disks, you add Ceph clusters. So what this does is that it helps to minimize the disruptions that's caused by rebalancing. Okay. Block storage simply. LinStore, I think what's cool about LinStore is that it supports HDD, SSD, NVMe, and also the very new persistent memory, and live migration is also possible between each of these different tiers of storage. It includes things like data dedupe clustering, and has ultra fast performance. So for anybody that's looking for like Kubernetes kind of storage, this would be a good choice to look into. So it has, I think the things that are very good about this is that it is Kubernetes native, and it all allows you to scale up, scale down easily. It's highly composable, and it's open source, and which will avoid vendor lock-in. And by the way, all these are open source projects. So Zenko is an open source infrastructure software by Scality. The The thing about Zenko is what they call a multi-cloud data controller, and allows you like through Zenko you can access Amazon Web Services, the Azure, and the Google Cloud. And the thing about this is that it has a global multi-cloud kind of namespace, so it allows you to search. If let's say, no matter where your data may be, you can use this global namespace to search and locate where the data is easily. And last is Cortex. Cortex is a open source project or distributed object storage project by Seagate. So it is designed for great efficiency and massive capacity and high HDD utilization. So for anybody that's looking for, again, high performance kind of object storage, this Cortex would be a good choice to look into. Okay. So with all these different projects, Open Data Framework actually works with all these projects or integrate with all these projects to produce the end-to-end solutions that end users need. And of course, there are other projects that are not part of the SODA ecosystem that can be also integrated into the Open Data Framework to enable things like backup and recovery, security, compliance, data lifecycle management, and so on. So Open Data Framework unifies data and storage management with a single open framework across the core and the edge. It is built on open source, open standard, open ecosystem, and open collaboration. So why organizations join SODA? These are this page lists all the benefits that joining SODA brings. I think SODA Foundation has a good mix of vendors and users and other organizations. And if you have a problem or a solution that you think can fit into SODA, definitely talk to us, and we'll see. We'll try to answer your question and then see whether joining SODA Foundation makes sense, in terms of like solving your problem or creating solutions for other users within SODA itself. So the key takeaway from my talk would be use SODA Open Data Framework. SODA Open Data Framework unifies data management and storage and allows you to connect to Kubernetes, OpenStack, and VMware environments and simplify the management that you have to deal with for all the different storage and the data operations that you have to do in these environments. Leverage SODA projects together with the Open Data Framework to build end-to-end solutions. And if you're a developer, you can join us and help to contribute to the projects or be an ambassador with SODA. And also, if you belong to some organization, you can help your organization join SODA Foundation and help to support the community and as well as the projects that we are bringing. We're still in the process of creating the details, but if you are interested in sponsorship or interested in bringing projects to the hackathon, or if you're a developer that's interested in the hackathon itself, there'll be prizes, by the way. Do write to the email that you see down your hackathon at sodafoundation.io or follow on Twitter. We'll be announcing the process, the projects, and so on very soon. Okay. So thank you very much for this opportunity to join us. Our website, you can see, is down there, and if you're a developer, you would like to play around with the projects, you can obviously go to our GitHub to try out the projects also. So thank you very much for your time. and have a good, fun rest of the conference.
Okay, so we have seen the story of Soda. Stephen explained how we built over the period of time from OpenSTS to Soda with end users, developers, vendors, and standard organizations and academia. And the journey continues. Now I will just go through some of the key aspects of our projects and some partners, especially from India. They share their experience and what next? What are some of the key focuses which we have going forward? Okay, Stephen has shown the same picture. I'm repeating the same. Just I want to bring this aspect that 2021 focus, if you see, we have been shaping our focus, and right now we think that cloud native data protection and data optimization, especially on the cloud native or container data management, is one of the key areas we should focus. And the second aspect from this is the October release is out. You can see the link here. So today afternoon, we have a preview of these features in our Soda forum. Please join us. And there are some interesting features, especially for heterogeneous storage monitoring, is available in the latest release. Okay, one more addition to what the project ecosystem, what Stephen has mentioned, because what our vision is to include all the open source projects and standard organizations to build this open data framework. And to strengthen our this thing, there are projects joining, and lately Cubase Edge, a CNCF project, applied for Soda Echo project, and we believe that this will strengthen our efforts in edge data management, which is one of the areas where we just started. So this addition will definitely help us. It's an edge computing platform, so it can work with ODF for edge data management. Okay, this is just to scare you that what are the projects in ODF. Other than the Echo projects, we have ODF. ODF is available in github.com Soda Foundation. We have around 10 plus projects there, but there are some key projects, and I just categorized into 3 areas of focus. One is on the on-premise data management across different platforms and storage. So that is where this comes into play, that NBP, northbound plugin, API layer, the controller layer, and the driver layer, which will help to connect any platform through plugins and specific drivers for heterogeneous storage. We can support data management across different platform to different storage. And the second one is about the storage monitoring. Heterogeneous storage monitoring is one of the key areas going forward. So we already have a strong direction there, and we already have multiple releases on Delphin. This project is called Delphin for heterogeneous storage monitoring. And the third one is further more important, is about multi-cloud data management across the cloud, any cloud. So we already support 6-7 top cloud vendors with a unified interface. Generally, like Stephen mentioned, we support S3 compatible APIs, and more than that, we also support file and block services from specific top vendors, and we are extending that feature. So that means our multi-cloud, you can use it as a unified interface to connect on-premise and also the multiple cloud, either cloud or intra-cloud. And going forward, we have some, everything we need to have a dream, and we do have. And we have 3 areas which we have identified right now going forward as one of, important areas to research and build more solutions towards it. So one is Soda CDM, that is Soda Container Data Management. So today afternoon, the forum, the Soda forum, completely the theme is the container data management today, tomorrow. So please do attend. We have some interesting talks there, experts talking about what's happening in CSI, what's happening in cloud native. So please join us. That starts at 2:45. And then the Soda Edge data management. So the booster is Cubase Edge now. So we already have some POC with Cubase Edge, the basic data management, and going forward, we wish that we can have some kind of end-to-end data management. What we are doing on-premise with Kubernetes, we could do with KubeEdge. Why? Because KubeEdge is actually a Kubernetes native, which supports CSI interface. So it's comparatively easy for us because our interface for cloud native is CSI for the storage. And the last one is really a dream that Soda Lake, that is a data lake solution. It's something like a complete data store where you have the global metadata, search engines, and you can support any kind of an application on top of this ODF. So basically, this is any application, any platform, and any storage. And Stephen also added that any cloud. So now this is not possible without the community developers and partners. So let us listen to some of our partners, what they want to say. The first, Wipro is one of the partners in India. Sri Kumar will share some of his thoughts about Soda and their engagement with us.
My name is Sri Kumar Rao. I'm the Global Delivery Head for ER&D Services at Wipro. Engineering services at Wipro is built over 35 plus years of deep expertise in VLSI, system design, and software capabilities. Over the last few years, we have pivoted our focus to IoT, Industry 4.0 domain as well, most of which needs data and ML enabled products. Our focus has been to provide innovation at scale and speed to our customers. Our partnership with Soda Foundation has helped in various instances of this journey with positive client impact in the areas of data storage, analytics, and protection. I believe there's a lot to be done in storage area with respect to containers and hybrid cloud to attach and detach storage to enterprise application in hybrid and multi-cloud scenarios. The initiative Soda has taken are futuristic and will solve data management challenges customers are facing. At Wipro, we have been contributing Soda Foundation initiatives since its inception by being part of the Technical Oversight Committee and Outreach Committee, helping engineer various components of Soda and working actively in building the India community. In the last 2 to 3 years, we have supported developing drivers, plugins for storage arrays, platforms, and testing with the help of Simulator. For example, members of Wipro have contributed towards development and testing for northbound plugin and southbound driver work, enabling our customers to be better positioned in a heterogeneous storage ecosystem. We are actively working on developing a smart data archival solution. This partnership makes it possible for us to solve custom problems in a cost-effective way. It helps us to provide SDS solutions that are vendor neutral, leveraging Wipro's SDX lab. We are working together to jointly solve a problem our client has with their legacy on-prem storage. With Ceph as a choice, we proposed evaluating Soda, which can internally still leverage enterprise Ceph and get additional advantages. We also see it as an opportunity for our members to work and collaborate with development community across industry and get the needed exposure. We are thankful to Soda for helping us solve some of our customer problems jointly.
Thanks to Wipro team for continuous support for this community. And next, Maya Data is another partner for us. I think Kiran will talk about their engagement and interest in Soda.
Hello everyone, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak at this event. It's a great conference. I'm Kiran Mova. I work at Maya Data as co-founder and chief architect. I help maintain the OpenEBS open source project, which is part of like the Linux Foundation and also the Soda Echo project. We started back in 2019, and with the increasing adoption and having the opportunity to talk to the various customers that are adopting data on Kubernetes, it's pretty clear that there's a transformation that is happening for running stateful workloads in the cloud native space. It's primarily fueled by the adoption of Kubernetes, the change in the way the applications are built, and at the same time, the hardware that was there is also being refreshed, and there is definitely a need for new framework and tools to help utilize the new storage and also meet the demands of the new workloads that are coming up. This is not something that a single company can accomplish, and there's definitely a need for multiple companies to come together under a space like Soda Foundation that's helping both define the abstractions required for the cloud native space, as well as specifically targeting the data and the storage area, and also come up with reference implementations. This is exactly why we joined the Soda Foundation, and it's been a great experience so far, and looking forward to many more major releases that are to come, and new tools that are going to be released into the open source world. The Soda Foundation is uniquely positioned with people coming from different backgrounds, different domains. For example, like there are people from cloud service providers to independent storage vendors to like even like the end users, which is the most important aspect of being part of the Soda Foundation. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity again, and look forward to a great conference.
Thanks to Kiran and OpenEBS team. And the last one, I am towards the end of my slides. Huawei is one of the founding members of OpenSDS and Soda, and they're a premier member. So let's hear from Mr. Pradeep Kumar Das about their engagements with us.
Good day, everybody, and welcome you all to the Open Source India 2021 conference. As you know, data explosion is normal. From an earlier prediction of 140 plus zettabytes, now the projected data growth of 2025 is 180 zettabytes. Data is a basic necessity of any business, and hence data management is very important. Huawei was one of the founders of OpenSDS project and provided key contribution and drive to transform to Soda Foundation. We are happy to see the positioning and the open data ecosystem growth Soda Foundation under Linux Foundation. Thanks to all the other partnering organizations from different verticals, open source community contributing to Soda's success. Business requirements have been changing for data management from on-premises to multi-cloud, from vendor-specific storage to heterogeneous storage. Now we are seeing momentum towards hybrid cloud and cloud-native deployments. An open data ecosystem like Soda is essential to align and build an open source data framework to cater these needs. Some of the projects like Delphine, Soda Multi-Cloud, and Soda Container Data Management are very, very important for current and future use cases. Also, we are happy to see the Soda Eco project initiative to build collaborative solution with other related open source projects in the industry. Collectively, Soda ODF can provide end-to-end solution to on-premise, cloud, and edge to meet the data management challenges. Personally, I feel the cloud-native data management can be critical going forward. Soda can consider this momentum to focus on future-ready solutions for container data management. As you know, containers in productions are exponentially growing. The install base is growing more than 60%. We can't ignore this direction. Catalyzing the business value is the success of any open source project. Hence, Soda also should focus on more specific critical pain points and build solutions for end users. Soda UAC can have more end users and closely for the Soda roadmap. Before I close, another important aspect of India, especially we are at the Open Source India 2021. India has big opportunity in open source. So we have expertise in software development and also strong open source culture and communication. I see very good community grow for Soda in India in a very short time. Thanks to all for the support for community in Soda. Soda can help to take our contribution for India to global level. It is a great chance for all the developers to share and learn, and more importantly, build the credibility globally. I wish Soda Foundation can become the pivotal globally for data management solution for all the users. We are happy to be part of this journey. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thanks to Pradeep and Huawei. I'm towards the end of it. I'm just reminding this because of the time. As Pradeep mentioned, we have a very good opportunity for open source in India. We have huge amount of skilled developers, And we also do, we are very open to developer community, and we have some of the activities here with partners, developers, and a lot of events, meetups, and all the events happening in India from Soda, and many of the maintainers are in India. So we are very close to you, the community, developer community. So it's a very good chance for all of us to work together and take it forward. And we have a detailed discussion about the Soda ecosystem in the Soda forum in the afternoon by Sainar from Wipro. I will discuss that there. And say today, like I mentioned, we have a Soda forum on container data management and trends, challenges, solutions, use cases, and so on and so forth. And stay tuned to join. And we have a lot of prizes to win. And we are also announcing our hackathon winners. We got a very good response from students and the new developers. So the story continues. Join us in this journey to build this data and storage ecosystem together, and which is open, a completely open ecosystem for all. And yeah, like Stephen mentioned, we have a big event coming up in next March, which is called the Soda Code for all the developers, professionals, and beginners. Stay tuned for further information, and thanks a lot. And sorry for taking a few minutes extra. And please do join us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunil. That was a wonderful, wonderful session. I'm sure the audience loved it, and they would also be in the afternoon's session hosted by Soda. Sunil, anything else you would like to, say before we part ways, or we wait for the session for the afternoon one?
Yeah, actually, I'm very, very happy because 2011, I think I started journey with Open Source India. So this has been 10 years, and I see Open Source India growing year after year. And we are all very happy to be part of it. And please join our Soda forum in the afternoon. And there are interesting talks, prizes, queues, and so on and so forth. It's a happening event. Okay, always we just have interactive sessions in Soda forums. We are like freak guys. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunil.